All my life I has to fight, nigga. All my life hard times like yeah, bad chips like yeah. Nazareth, I'm fucked up, homie, you fucked up. But if God got us, then we alright.
Ithaca's king is coming back.
No, he's not.
Let's go home.
The Odyssey is a massive story.
We're live. This thing's on. Okay, cool. What's up, guys? Welcome to The Things. So today I'm here to talk to you about the Christopher Nolan film, The Odyssey. As a film student, very inspirational to watch. So I went to see it twice, IMAX theater standard. I was impressed. He always outdoes himself. There were a lot of complaints and discord about the film, which proved to not be relevant because, I mean, the man still pulled out a masterpiece. All right, so let's get into this epic. And I'm back. When you're talking about a Christopher Nolan film, next film is better than the last one, and he doesn't miss. And we're also looking at where he shoots, the costumes, the music, choices that he make in production. And so I want to talk to you guys today about the 6 locations of filming: Greece, Morocco, Italy, Iceland, Scotland. Nestor's Cave, located in Greece, is where he shot the scene in the Cyclops Cave. Morocco, that's where for Troy and Calypso's Island. Italy and Scotland, this Ithaca was located in the Penelope's palace called Castello di Santa Caterina. Gorgeous. Scotland was Circe's home. And Iceland, that's where they did the scene in Hades. It was really used a studio to do the large shipwreck scenes that they had. All right, so now we're going to talk about music. All right, the composer, Ludwig Göransson. This time around, he did not use a symphony orchestra, bronze gongs, and scraps and metal parts and walls and that metallic feel. Like old instruments. One was called a lyre, other one a aulos. Background vocals and homes. James Blake. Boy, I got a voice on him. All right, so in credits song, it was written by Göransson, Nolan, James Blake, and Travis Scott. Travis Scott did make an appearance in the film. All right, so we're moving on to costumes done by Ellen Marujnik. I probably still butchered that, and I do apologize, my girl. Right, Oscar nominated. She's worked with the guy before, and they teamed back up to do the things. This girl, my girl, did all of her designs and everything, along with Misha Japenwala. 5,300 custom pieces. They used leather. It was weathered leather, cotton, raw linen, patinated, bronze. It basically was not shining. Polished metal. Nobody was playing dress up on this film. Everything was made to the T. Right, let's get into the part that I was really, truly excited about. The actors, so we have Matt Damon playing Odysseus, the king of Ithaca, trying to return home after the Trojan War. Then we have Hathaway playing Penelope, queen of Ithaca, waiting for her king to return home, entertaining tons of suitors that have come for her hand in marriage and to try to take the throne as the king of Ithaca. So Telemachus is played by Tom Holland. He's heir to the throne and son to Penelope and Odysseus. We have Antinous, played by Robert Pattinson. He's the lead suitor and the primary antagonist and asswipe. I said what I said. We also have Athena, played by Zendaya, the goddess of wisdom and warfare. We also have the brothers Agamemnon, played by Benny Safdie, and Menelaus, played by John Bernthal. Circe, played by Samantha Morton. It's something about that scene that was really cool. They could have went the traditional route and just used the wand to turn the guys into swine. Christopher Nolan chose to have her to basically like mold their faces into the pigs. That was sick to see. I loved it. It was Calypso, Charlize Theron holds Odysseus captive. Was he really captive? But no, that man was crying the whole time he was there, like upset. He wanted to go home to his baby. And you know what? She felt the same because she was at home like, I want Odysseus. She meant that shit. So when we're talking about Homer's epic, what I wish I would have seen is the gods being messy. You know what I'm saying? Athena and Apollo coming down talking to each other like, yo, you see these fools? Yeah, I see these fools, man. What are we gonna do with them? We. This is you. This all this you. Goddess of wisdom and warfare. This is what you do. I know. One character, I forgot to talk about was Sinon, played by Elliot Page, the emotional moral anchor for the story. For theme is psychological. Everything is psychological in this story. We're talking about a man who came back from war and is experiencing all of the trauma that you experience coming back from fighting a war, killing men, seeing men be killed, seeing your comrades go down. Like he's feeling all of this throughout the time lapse through different points of the story, going back to Troy and his comrades on the ship and the different islands. Nolan didn't go with all of the gods and the creatures that Odysseus met along the way, but those who know pretty basically much know. In this film, gods are manifested in natural phenomenon, so we don't get to see Poseidon do the things, but we see the water acting the focal, and that's how we know Poseidon is in the mix. Only one that is in physical form, not necessarily physical form, I would say she was basically his voice of reason. All right, so in the epic, Calypso keep Odysseus, and she's basically forcing him to have relations. And he cries to go home all 7 of the years that he's there. But Nolan has her acting as a healer and gonna take the lotus flower away from him to try to help him remember all that was lost. Home played out differently. There's no father, no mother. Didn't get the scene where he sees his mother in the underworld, which I've been seeing. I feel like Matt Damon could have knocked that out of the park, no doubt. Like the emotion, the desperation, wanting to get to his mother and talk to his mother, but you can't because she is gone. She actually died while he was in Troy whooping it. So violence was definitely toned down in this film. We didn't see the 12 unfaithful slave girls get massacred. We didn't see the massive execution of the handmaids. Thank you. Appreciate it. With all the femicide going on, we've had enough. Appreciate you. Let's see. Circe and Calypso are not sexualized in this film, and I love it. Just making them powerful characters was enough. We don't have to. No. All right. So Hermes didn't come down and give Odysseus the herb to confronted Circe on his own without any type of assistance. The man basically just went in like, it's cool, I got this. So the theme basically focuses on memory, PTSD. Psychotherapists note that the film touches on the subset to PTSD called moral injury, where a soldier's trauma stems from the guilt of their violent actions rather than the things that have been done to them. So they're lamenting on the how many men they kill, and the blood and the pain and the hurt that they've caused. What if the Odysseus you knew lost his way? Times when soldiers get home, they do not feel as though they're lovable because of all of the destructive things that they did. Several phases that he goes through: amnesia and suppression, addicted to the lotus flower, and just trying to numb himself and forget, even if it's for a little while. He knows he wants to go home. He knows there's some other place that he needs to be. He just can't figure out what it is because my man keeps partaking in the floral. Overly disassociated, the flashbacks, nightmares. He thinks back to his cunning idea of the horse, mortified with himself. Like he was really like, God damn, I did that. Yes, you did. Speaking of the guilt that he felt, Sinon, played by Elliot Page, to confront Odysseus of the betrayal that he felt, not knowing all of the soldiers were inside of the horse. Beautiful horse, by the way. and the way it was shot was amazing. So he was basically telling Odysseus, he was like, "Hey man, that was messed up. You was in the horse. I didn't know you was in the horse. You know who told me you was in the horse? These dead fools over here. Say hello. Yeah, they told me. And can you imagine, like, freshly dead, and all the homies and non-homies walk up to you and they're like, yo, we heard about you. You ain't know that? Damn, homie. That's crazy. And then they just mosey on in the darkness. Like, now Odysseus. You. Yeah, those are just some cool details about the film that I really enjoyed. The film is 2 hours and 52 minutes long, but it's worth the watch. I will say, go see that loud movie because you know Christopher is gonna make sure it's loud. Go check it out. Tell me what you think. Did you like it? Did you not? Are you gonna see it or wait till it streams? What are your thoughts? What part did you wish that he included in the film? Because there was a lot of things that he could have included and did not. But it's cool because this rendition did it justice, I believe. And tell me what you think. Jump into those comments. Yeah. All right, bye.
Tell me if you want